Good morning, friends and members of the group. I am Tanya Tomasevich, and it's early. But I woke up early and couldn't go back to sleep, and so thoughts were coming out. So I have content for you. The content that I want to share, and feel free to comment if this is too loud because I'm outside and the highway runs right by my house. So comment if this is kind of too loud. So the content that I'm feeling drawn to share with you from experience that I've been experiencing lately, that I feel a lot of us go through, is anxiety and repressing emotions. I think they go hand in hand. At least for me, they do. And also radical acceptance. And we'll start out with I have some steps that I have learned and I've been practicing, and they've been helping my current situation. So, radical acceptance and what that means to me. Radical acceptance is accepting everything that is in your life, from how you are, who you are, what you think, who people are, how they think, how they react, and not wanting and not thinking that we have to change everything. And so for me, radical acceptance is different. It feels very different because I want to change stuff. I'm always a doer. And I think I learned in my journey that I use distraction. Basically, I kind of came up with this epiphany lately that I think part of my ADD is like self-induced ADD. I create my own distractions with either obsessive diets or obsessive exercise routines, or just doing stuff, just always being busy, always having a project, always having a plan, which is great. But I think I've realized that I took it to kind of an unhealthy obsession level. And just to accept the way that things are, being more in the moment, being in that 1 minute, if that's what that moment looks like to you, or a couple minutes, or that hour, or that day, or that week, so on. So, and radical is like the perfect word to use, because it's not, when you surrender and commit to practicing radical acceptance, it's dramatic, it's painful, it's unfamiliar. It brings up things that you didn't think were even wrong with you, or that there's really nothing wrong with you, but that you struggle. And so the 4 steps. So for me, I have been experiencing a new thing for me. I've been experiencing anxiety or panic attacks, if we need to label them. And if we don't want to label them, we can just call them uncomfortable moments, like random, out of the blue, uncomfortable moments. So how I'm getting through them is just owning it, owning that moment, pausing for that moment if you can step away from the situation. Mine have been happening in the mornings, And I think it's because as intuitive, and I practice intuition, I think I'm just kind of tapped in all the time and I'm always on. So when I sleep, that's basically my time to, pause and shut my brain off and turn my intuition off. And then as soon as I get up in the morning, it's like, woohoo, universe knows I'm awake. And it's like a bunch of downloads and I'm just like processing all these mental emails. And so the mornings are worse for me lately for my anxiety. And so what I've learned that I need to do is I need to pause and just own those emotions that are coming through at that moment, not change a thing. Just be in that moment. And what's helpful, if you can, is visualization, meditation, stupid flies, is a good thing. So you can you can go on YouTube and Google, visualization, meditation tracks for whatever you're feeling, whether it be for anxiety, for sadness or pain, physical pain, for grief, for clarity, or you can use your music platform. I use Spotify, and that helps because what that does, it allows you to be in that moment. And when you do the self-guided visualization tracks, it gives your mind something to focus on so that you're not, your thoughts aren't consuming you. It also brings your heart rate down. And even when you're doing this and you still find your thoughts kind of roaming about the situation or about other things about your day, focus on your breath. That will help you get back in that moment, in that, bring back that to you. And even so, after you have to push through it. Do not repress those moments when they arise. They come up for a reason. There's lessons to be learned. There's growing to be done for that. The universe would not put us in that much pain if it wasn't on purpose. Good morning, Barb. So that's the first thing. Just own that moment. However painful it is, if you're crying or you're mad, try to pause and feel through it. Own your emotions. That was crucial for me in this last shift that I'm having. I'm going through a shift. I'm changing. I'm transforming physically. I'm going through some menopause symptoms, which is great. Anybody have any tips? I am on board for any tips. And then you smack dab, my spiritual life. And then you just add in regular life to it. So that's the first thing. Own that moment. Learn, find, and experiment with different ways to push yourself through it. Get to that point of no return. I posted a live video, I think last week, and I actually listened to it twice since I did it, and so much more came through, and it made a lot more sense after I had watched it, more than the first time. The second thing, after you've calmed down from your little panic or anxiety attack or your uncomfortable moment, is give yourself grace, because you've gone through it now and you're probably thinking, God, why did I do that? That was dumb. Or why did I get so upset about that? Don't start doing that. Just give yourself grace. We are all going through so much. The last 2 years have really changed people in general, inside and out. There are things that we are thinking that we're like, why am I thinking this? Why am I experiencing this? Why am I doing this? So give yourself grace. We're human. We're not perfect. We are here to learn, grow, evolve, expand, be the better us, be the better you. Always moving forward, moving beyond our struggles, becoming the best version of ourselves that the universe provides us to be. And we have that ability. We all have that ability to push through, to push beyond, to move forward. The third thing, after you've given yourself your grace, is do some deep diving and find ways that you're grateful, and start with yourself, because that's going to help you. Chances are this panic attack that you had is something within, and own it. Don't start blaming that it's this or that person, because more than likely it's something that you're supposed to deal with from within, why you had that panic attack or your uncomfortable situation, that uncomfortable moment. So take a couple seconds or a couple minutes. You can write them down. That's great, because once you write them down, they're in the universe, and then you can recall them later if you write them down. So try a gratitude journal, and then start with you. So start with things that you are proud of for yourself, or that you're grateful for yourself. And that will help with your self-esteem, with your self-confidence, self-acceptance, because that's, part of that radical acceptance. It's accepting yourself for who you are and what you think and what you do. So be in the moment, own that moment, get through that moment, don't repress. 2, give yourself some grace. 3, be proud, be grateful. And then the 4th thing is, what did I learn from this? What maybe needs improvement? Because I like to practice power of positivity. And when I have something going on and I just want to start being negative, I try to pause again and really watch my words, because the universe doesn't know the difference between negative and positive. All it knows is to react and how to manifest. So when you are constantly negative, what are you going to get? You're going to get a negative result, which results in more negativity and complaining. So stop complaining. Start shifting all those negative thoughts one at a time into creative words and phrases. So I recently started doing this one where if I'm feeling I have a situation or a problem or a struggle or something's wrong, so I try to say it out loud or reverse it in my head, and I try to say, I don't have a problem, I have a situation, I have an opportunity that needs improvement and that I can learn from and grow from. So that 4th thing is, what is the lesson? There might be some kind of emotion that needs to be dealt with. You might need to have a conversation with someone. Hello, Maureen, good morning. There might be a conversation that you need to have with someone. There might be some forgiveness that needs to be done. And I've worked on that in my journey. I've done forgiveness ceremonies, and I'm actually going to be hosting another one in September. That simple little act of kindness you can do for yourself, to forgive yourself, it starts with you. And forgiving yourself first helps you forgive others for what they've done. And they don't even need to be present in the forgiveness ceremony. They don't need to even be involved. It's just the energy that you're putting out there for you, for yourself. It's healing for yourself. It's powerful. It's powerful. And sometimes we have to do this several times with the same situation, with the same topic. I know in my journey that I've had to forgive myself several times for a particular thing. And also I've had to forgive, certain people in my life. And that's okay. If it's meant for them to get that message subconsciously, because that has happened. This person started, talking to me different and treating me very different after I did the forgiveness ceremony, and they were not there. They did not know it. They had zero knowledge of what was going on my end. But that's the way the universe works. If the universe wants that person to start recognizing what they say to you and how they treat you, they will get their own message. That's not for you to take care of. The universe will take care of that for you if it needs to be done, if it's in your favor. So know that and trust in that. Trust in the universe. That is also one of the things that happens in this radical acceptance, is that you need to trust yourself. And that helps your self-esteem when you constantly are working on trusting yourself, self-love, self-care, self-affirmation. That helps. That helps with that radical acceptance. So be in the moment. Give yourself grace. Be grateful. Start writing down things you're proud of. All the little things you're proud of yourself. And then, what did I learn? How can I use what I've learned if I have another, say, panic attack or uncomfortable moment, uncomfortable situation? And then, by all means, practice your reversing of your negative thoughts. Because that does nobody, nothing, any good is negative. What it does is it just actually creates more things, more anxiety attacks is what it's going to do. So practice those things, and you will be amazed. Even if you just practice one out of those. You don't, if you're kind of wondering, like, okay, I missed the first two, they can be practiced in any order, but for a legit, anxiety attack, I think those are some good steps if you have the time, to do that. And a lot of mine sometimes lately will happen at work, so I can't always, write stuff down. But even if you just say them out loud, if you're in your car, say them out loud. Oh, there's so much power in our own voice, because when we hear our voice, it's the universe talking to us, through us, for us. And that's kind of my thing that I promote when I do my oracle card readings, is that I'm a conduit. I have allowed and given myself permission to be that conduit for the universe, to receive messages, put them into words and phrases that you can interpret for you. So the messages come from the universe. They come to me, through me, to you, for you. And if you would like a more intensive reading with oracle cards, that's what I'm using. That's the modality I use. Reach out to me. I do hour reading for $30. And my husband, he also does Reiki. And we can do it right here at the house. And we can do sessions together. We've done that for people where he'll do a Reiki session first, and then I'll do the oracle card part of it. And we've had some really good feedback and a lot of good responses from doing those two things together. But if that's just maybe too much for you, if you never had Reiki or if you never had a reading, we can do just a reading. I can do it in person or online, or you can just see Travis for Reiki. So I've got the content out. I hope this video has reached you for a reason. There's a reason why you're watching this today. There's a reason why you're up as early as I am. I'm grateful for my coffee. I'm also grateful for all our viewers, all our members. There's almost 400. And I started this, oh gosh, I think last December. So it's amazing what this little community has done for this little community. It's a safe space. So I hope this video has helped you or will help you. Questions or comments below. It's a safe space. Reach out to me if you need more information on what I've discussed. I hope you all have a glorious day. Practice what you preach and preach what you practice. I love you. Have a great day.